Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Rubber Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, a little reaction to the end of the Cookout 400 from Richmond. First off, the option tire. I liked it. I like the fact that we saw the comers and goers. I like the fact that we saw a difference with that. And I like the fact, and I said this in the preview for the race, I saw teams keeping an extra set of the reds just in case for that last caution. We know the last three races, we've had that green-white checkered at the end, and that's where you're going to want that. Just a little bit more grip, a little bit more runoff speed. Running through a couple overtimes, you should be all right. That's exactly what we saw. The vast majority of the field saved a set for the end. There we had it. 2 to go, we got the caution we figured we would get to set up the green-white checkered when Ricky Stenhouse and Ryan Preece got together. Looks like Stenhouse was tight going into the corner and kind of washed up a little bit. Preece thought he was lower than he was and cut down across his nose, and we had the incident. Okay, the end of it. Obviously, you can see the shirt. I'm a Denny Hamlin fan. I'm a Joe Logano fan. I don't have an issue with Austin Dillon. I think he's a good driver. I think he deserves to be in Cup like anybody else. I think he is a crown jewel winner. He is a champion in the Xfinity Series, champion in the Truck Series. Only 2 people can say they won titles in both of those 2 series. He's the only one that has the ability right now to win this year, to win the championship, to be champion in all 3 series in their career. I know Kyle wants to do it in the Truck Series later on in his career, but as of this year, Austin just made the playoffs, so as long as there's not a DQ coming, he has the opportunity. Do I think he will? No. I know a lot of people I've said online had issues with the playoffs. This is why we hate the playoffs, because of this. Well, you saw stuff like this without the playoffs. I'm sorry, but you did. Was it egregious what he did to Logano? No. That's just the nature of the beast. You win, you're in. NASCAR has a championship format right now where that's the case. Do I think they should get rid of that? No. I like it. I think you make these races more interesting than they were before. Because at one point, these stretcher races really meant nothing. But now they do. And you see stuff like this. Is it exciting for the crowd? Oh, yeah. Are there fans just jumping up and down going crazy over this? Oh, yeah. Are there 2 drivers that are just pissed off as pissed off can get? Oh, yeah. But you know what? That is what the format is for. Things like this. I saw a reaction, somebody a reaction to it on X. Just like WWE. How's that like WWE? WWE is scripted. Athletic performance is scripted. This wasn't scripted. You can't like when driver A does it, but hate it when driver B does it. It's either you like it all the time or you don't like it all the time. I hear people calling XM radio. I read comments online. We want more this. We want more this. When it happens, whoa, we can't do that. Do I think the right rear hook on Denny Hamlin is going to be a penalty? I got some thoughts. I'm going to share those with you, but before I share those thoughts with you, I did see Freddie Kraft tweeted out, or posted out, whatever you want to call it. Win on Sunday, suspension on Wednesday. Do I feel that goes to the level of what Bubba Wallace did to Kyle Larson at Vegas 2022? No. Do I feel that goes to the level of what Chase Elliott did to Denny Hamlin, Charlotte 2023? No. Would I be shocked if NASCAR came down with a suspension for that? No. Do I feel it should be a different penalty? Maybe. So let's take a look at the last 2 laps. And we'll take a look at when they restart and then they come, it's 3/4 mile track. Then when they come around and then the dive bomb on 3 and kind of see it all there, and then I'll get what I think NASCAR will do, my reaction, what I think they should do. If I was running NASCAR, if I had the pin for NASCAR, and I'm sitting there watching this in the tower, going, how do we handle this? What do we do? We're going to find out. So let's take a look first off at the incident itself. Alright, so this is the restart. So we see that Logano got a better restart than Dylan. Logano's able to get on the outside of him, kind of pinch him down a little bit, and get a run off the corner there. So at this point, Dylan's only option is honestly going to be to move Logano. Once we take the white flag here, next flag ends the race. That's how the rules are. So you knew Dylan had one option. And honestly, I think he did it at the right time. Going into 3 is really the only time you can do this move. You ain't doing this move out of 4. You're doing this move in 3. He dive bombed him from 4 car lengths back. Okay. Not egregious. That right there is egregious. Alright, so the move on Logano wasn't across the line egregious to me. That was just racing. That was a dive bomb. I'm going for a win. I don't care kind of thing. And drivers do that. We've had a lot of drivers over the years do that stuff. It's more than bumper run, yes, but it's, to me, that isn't, that's borderline. That's the line's here, and you're like right there of that being egregious. You know, I can live with the move on Logano. No big deal. The move on Hamlin. The fact he right rear hooked him. There's been so much talk about that. Do I feel that it goes to? Are they going to DQ him for that? No, they're not going to DQ him for that. Now, if they find something else, they might DQ him, but they're not DQing him for that. Will there be a penalty come Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, I think there will be a penalty. I think, if anything, the penalty that comes, I know people are going to think it's stupid, but I could see 50 points, 50,000, or 25 points, 50,000. I don't think the points really matter. I think it's the money. I could see just a monetary fine, because the points don't really matter. I could see $50,000 fine, $100,000 fine, something like that. But if I had to say, okay, if I'm penalizing this, I'm doing 50 points, 100K. You wanna do something, and points do matter to a point. But you want to do something where, okay, you shouldn't have dive bombed him, but it's racing and we're going for a win. All these things about NASCAR should DQ him from the win, take him out of the playoffs. No, I disagree with that. Now, what I do agree with would be modifying the penalty where NASCAR could take playoff points, because that's 5 playoff points. So when we enter the playoffs, if the people that make it on points, as of right now, there are 3, Truex, Gibbs, and Bubba Wallace. That gets him more playoff points than, I think, Gibbs and Bubba. So take the playoff points, so he's definitely 16th in the playoff grid instead of 14th or 13th. So, but we have 3 races left. We have 13 different winners already, so we might get to 16, so we may not have anybody making on points. But yeah, the Logano move, that's just pure racing. What he did to Hamlin, the right rear hooking, that's egregious to me. Penalty, yeah. Points, money. If I had the magic pen and I'm sitting there with Elton Sawyer and I'm sitting there with Brad Moran and Jim France, and I say, you know what I would do personally is 50 points, 100K. Done. Do I think it's a suspension? No. Do I think if it would have been higher speeds, yeah, that's definitely a suspension. But right now, that's what I would do. We'll find out on Tuesday, Wednesday what NASCAR does. We'll have react to that as well. But that is a reaction to the Cookout 400 from Richmond. Option tires are a go. I do like the fact they worked at night. I was worried about that. I said that in the preview as well. I understand why Logano's mad. I understand why Hamlin's mad. But you know what? We have 13 different winners, 3 races to go in the regular season. The playoffs are going to be fun. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader for sports channel content.